This is where everything is. Go for it.
I think we're live. Hi, welcome to the Downsized. I'm Lorraine Durham, and I'm here with my husband, Christopher Durham. And together we've lost, well, I don't remember our total, but I've lost...
I've lost 75 pounds. How much have you lost?
I've lost 50 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is the active ingredient in Mounjaro and in Zepbound. It is a GLP-1 weight loss medication that you inject weekly. And
that's us.
That's us.
Let me know if you're out there. So say hello, Donna B. It looks like you're there. Hello, Donna B. Let me know you can hear me. Oh, there's Mindy. Mindy M. Welcome back. Thank you, ma'am.
We drove all day today.
Yeah, so after about what turned out to be about 8 hours because we took lunch and I have an old bladder, so I had to stop and pee a couple of times. And
TMI.
You know, yes. they understand. They understand. I know they do. Yeah. So we are back at home and had a great time on the cruise. So we'll certainly do some content for you guys around that. Let us know if you have any questions out there. And absolutely, we're going to film, I think, a couple of videos, but the cruise, we were 4 nights on the MSC Seashore. If you're not familiar with MSC is an Italian cruise line. 4 nights, 5 days out of Port Canaveral. We went to their private island, Ocean Cay. We posted some pictures of that as well as Nassau. Great time. So we'll do some videos about eating and so forth. But, you know, yeah, nothing to complain about.
We had a very nice time with our two daughters. They're getting ready to go to college in a couple weeks. Yep. And so, yeah, we saw the shows and we played some games, and we took cards and played card games.
Yeah, the girls love cards.
Oh, I hate card games. And the girls love them. What else do we do? We did find one of the lounges on the ship served protein powder.
It was the cafe. Yeah, in the morning they did protein drinks.
The lounge, yeah. So
the Brooklyn Cafe is what it was called.
Cafe. Yeah, this ship was themed New York City themed, which was
sort of weird for an Italian cruise line, but that's okay.
Kind of silly. So they had a big Statue of Liberty in the middle of one of the bar areas, and so everything had a New York City name. So there was like Times Square Cafe and Brooklyn Cafe, and I don't know,
all kinds of stuff.
Random.
Oh, let's see who else we have here. Hello, Val M, Donna B. Tell us about your cruise. We already said that. Jazzy Maid, or MDG. Hello, Val M. Hello, Chris and Lorraine. Rudy JOTP finally catching up alive. Hello from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Rudy kept trying to do it. I think Rudy was on the way home driving, so it didn't work out. But nice to see you, Rudy. Wawa 1207 says welcome back.
Thank you.
Isabel Medina says hello, everyone. Difficult Nerd from Australia. If you haven't watched the interview that I did with him, he's awesome. Good morning. Elizabeth Marie Robbins says hope you had a great vacation. Don Kowalski says hi, everyone. David Harrison says thanks for making the effort to do the Downsized live tonight. I know you guys traveled all day. Yep, it's about 8 hours. So
we got off the ship so quickly this morning. So they tell you have to be out of your room by 7 a.m.
Well, by 8 is yeah. 8 you have to is the minimum. Yep.
So anyway, we told the girls to meet us in the
lobby.
In the lobby at 7:15. We had 2 rooms, and for some reason the rooms were on the same floor but opposite sides, which was
we booked them last minute. And I think I did that. That's my fault.
Not intentional, but it was fine. So they met up with us at about 7:20, 7:25, and then we just walked right off.
Yep,
we were in our car driving away at by 8:15.
Not even that.
It was 8 o'clock. It was the fastest we've ever gotten off a cruise ship. I think we just got there just kind of early enough to where people weren't really walking off yet. And we always carry our own luggage off. So I overpacked. And my suitcase was so heavy and it wasn't rolling good.
It was like Gilligan's Island. I'm pretty sure she had formal gowns and the whole 9 yards.
I really really didn't, but
What was in there then?
I don't know. I don't know. I did have too many clothes. I didn't have too many like evening outfits, but I did have. I could have made do with less. So on our next cruise, we're gonna fly. So I have to really like pare down the liquids because if I want to carry on, I don't know if I'll do that. But anyway, that's our story. So
yeah,
drove all day. We stopped at Chick-fil-A we stopped at Buc-ee's for breakfast.
had coffee.
And to get gas. And so I'm looking at all the choices, and they had a lot of good choices. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's this giant
world's largest
gas
convenience
station. That they have on the side of a lot of highways in Florida, and there's a lot of them in Texas. They have good gas prices, clean bathrooms, and just the inside is like a Walmart size almost of space, like a small Walmart. Anyway, so they had some like protein boxes with like egg and little blocks of cheese, vegetables. Did I get that? No, I did not get that. They had a yogurt parfait. I was like, oh, I should get this. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. So Christopher got what'd you get? Like a burrito, a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, it was eggs and cheese. It was eggs, beans, and cheese.
And I got this. What was the name of the thing I got?
Oh, kolache.
It was a sausage inside of bread, and I thought it was like breakfast sausage, but then I bit into it, and it was like
a Texas
hot dog sausage.
No, it was.
I mean,
that's
like
all Texas. So.
I don't know. It was weird.
Oh, anyway, so let's see who all we have here. David said, Jay-Z plans to plan. Hello, all. Elizabeth Marie Robbins, so glad for your wonderful contentment. Thanks, Elizabeth. And hey, Mindy, Elizabeth Sudeker, I love your channel. Thanks for all your great contentment. Denise Laser Miller, welcome back. Do you know about the Lily thing? Yes, I know about the Lily thing. I've actually got it printed out because I was like, they're going to ask about this.
Christopher said, let's check the news to see if anything has been happening while
I was driving the whole time. I'm going to actually do a whole video first thing in the morning on this, and I watched Dave's video.
So tell people what it is for people who may not.
Let me finish. And I watched Dave's video, and I watched the Canvas of Shopping's video, and everybody's got a different take. So essentially, in an interview with Bloomberg, CEO David Ricks said, and I'll read from the Bloomberg piece, that Zepbound and Mounjaro will cease to be in shortage very soon, CEO David Ricks said in an interview with Bloomberg in Paris. The FDA refuses to comment. And that's about everything that's actually in the press. So obviously lots of concern about compounding and what happens with that. Well, and I'll pull all this, and so maybe 10 o'clock or whatever, but there's obviously 503As and 503Bs that are compounding pharmacies. Bs are designed for bulk, kind of make a whole lot of it. A's are designed to make one as a prescription written by your doctor to you for your specific needs. As best I can tell based off of this much information, because there's not really much there, this doesn't really say much. The A's will be able to continue to operate as long as they're offering a unique product. So adding B12 or doing what have you. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure the recommendation I'll make is stock up, because who the heck knows, and who knows what's going to happen with Eli Lilly. I'll tell you,
it's going to take some time.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the shortage list is a self-reported list, and there is nobody checking up to go into their factory and say, "Do you really have all this stuff?" So
who decides if it's in shortage? The manufacturer.
The manufacturer tells the FDA. They say, "Hey, we're out of this one."
So then, if I go to my Walgreens, everything should be in stock, or they should.
Well, they haven't officially said this yet. This was just the CEO.
But I mean,
saying it to Bloomberg,
theoretically,
that at some point in the near future it will be off shortage. So we'll see. I'll do a video on it in the morning. But
I'll believe it when I see it. In my Walgreens.
I'm not panicking right now, but if you have an order you can place, I'd stock up for sure.
I placed an order when we were in the car on the way back. Actually, I placed it from the cruise ship a couple days ago, and it's not really going through. I don't know. I messaged Mochi and I said, "Is this thing on? Is this going through?" They're like, "Yeah, we've got it. We're working on it." Because I guess when you request the refill, then the doctor their doctor has to look at your request and approve it, and then it gets sent to whatever compounding pharmacy they're going to send it to that day. So the whole process can take a week, 10 days, maybe longer. So
and we're working on an interview with the CEO of Mochi as well too. So hopefully in the next week or so we'll see that.
Yeah, they kind of like quit talking.
Well, we went on a cruise too and stopped chasing them. So
I use Mochi Health. That's where I get my compounded Tirzepatide. If you'd like to use my discount code and get $40 off your first order from Mochi, my code is QIY08. We'll have that in the description, and it's joinmochi.com.
Yep. Oh, let's see here. Rudy says, what ports did you visit? Where did we go?
We went to to the MSC private island, which I like a lot. They have very nice beach area. You don't have to pay extra for anything. Your drink package works on their island, which is nice. Then we also went to Nassau, and that was it really. And Nassau, we didn't do any excursions. We just went down to the port and walked around and bought some souvenirs. I bought a bracelet, and the girls got some little bracelet-y things. And that was it. Yeah.
Let's see here. Jazzy plans to plan. My daughter and I are stopped at Buc-ee's in Knoxville this week. My first time, very overwhelming. I got a brisket sandwich. Pretty good.
Yeah, the brisket sandwiches.
I would agree with all that.
Yeah. So sometimes you'll go in Buc-ee's in like the middle of the day, and it's like swarms of people like going crazy for the merch and the food, and they've got huge drink things, and it gets a little crazy in there. This morning we were in there, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, so it was relatively calm, but I kind of hate those. It's like the buffet on the cruise ship. It just gets crazy with people just like trying to mad dash everywhere, and it's like
Oh, Mink says, how about news on Bernie Sanders dragging Novo to Congress? So we have a couple of videos where we covered this in the last few weeks pretty extensively. I didn't get a ton of time to go through the news. I mean, literally, we got out of the car and had some, and had a drink or not drink, got some water and ate a piece of chicken sausage because I wanted some protein. And looked at a couple of things, and that's it. So if there's something new, I don't know, but there are stories over the last few weeks covering that. Bernie will have the CEO of Novo Nordisk in the hot seat, I think, in the next month, and we will certainly do stories when it happens. Mindy M says, if you're having trouble finding brand name drugs, be sure to report it on the FDA website. Absolutely, right. Mindy,
because Lily might just say, oh yeah, there's no shortage, just to shut down whoever they can shut down, and then
the reality is, I don't have any doubt in my mind that need will outpace supply. So just as soon as people go, oh, it's there, and doctors start writing prescriptions hard and heavy again, they'll be out. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Yeah. Oh, there's one for you, Lorraine. Can you read that?
Face is everything? What does that mean?
Your agree to disagree face is everything.
Yeah.
That's you're a dumbass face.
No. I'm not going to say anything, but by my face what I'm thinking. Yeah, sorry. Okay, yes. All right.
I didn't see it because I wasn't looking at her, so I'll see it tomorrow when I watch this back.
He does watch them back, so
I do. Donna B, sweet Lorraine, you look tired, but
tired.
Still beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks for you guys coming on. Absolutely, we wouldn't miss it. I mean, we enjoy these every week.
Yeah, no, we did a live from the cruise ship. If you guys missed that, you can go back and watch it. We talked about some things that were happening on the cruise ship.
We had our first real troll trying to get Lorraine's OnlyFans. I had to ban. That was lots of excitement. Why have you been talking? Because it's funny. I think I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, cruise ship. I feel like I didn't really eat as well as I could have etten. And I feel like the longer the vacation goes on, the more downhill my eating goes. So like today, I mean, I just really didn't care about eating right pretty much at all. We stopped at Chick-fil-A. I had a Chick-fil-A sandwich. I had some fries. I it just kind of went out the window today. I think was just tired and just over it. We stopped at a Circle K because after 4 o'clock today, they had like a special gas price going on. So we were almost home and we stopped at Circle K, and I downloaded the Circle K app because you get free stuff. And in my app, I had a thing for a free bag of Circle K chips.
No, nothing good about that.
So it was free but they're free. So I needed to get, and I'm not even really a big chip fan. Usually I would have been like, I don't even want that. But for some reason I was like, yeah, let's get the chips. So
Sounds like you need to go back up on that medication.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow's shot day.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely like, I was thinking about food this morning pretty constantly. So yeah, it's definitely, I might go back up to 7.5. So I don't know. I don't know.
You were snacky, as you like to tell me.
I was
sometimes.
very snacky today.
Very
snacky.
Let's see here. If you have not liked and subscribed, please do. It helps us out, and you'll get. If you make sure you just say ring the bell, it'll remind you if we go live again. Which is good, just randomly. We were shocked to see how many people just randomly joined us. I guess you knew we were coming, but it was.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I guess I'm gonna weigh myself. Are you gonna weigh yourself tomorrow morning? Or are you gonna give it a day?
No, I'm gonna weigh myself, but I don't have high hopes because I always hold my feet swell and I hold so much water on those ships.
I don't feel like I did. I don't feel swollen or anything like that. I actually feel well. I took an outfit. I bought this new outfit that I thought was really cute, and it's like a 2-piece. It's like flowy pants and like a top that's kind of like a.
And it was very cute, and you could have worn it.
I just felt like it was too tight. It was probably an outfit I should have worn day 1 instead of day 4.
No, you looked great in it. You were just being insecure.
Yeah. So it was cropped, and you could like see some of my like stomach. And then I was like, does this look okay? And then I'm like, like maybe. I'm like, I don't, because I never worn things like that in my life until like 2 months ago when I got to my goal weight. So, yeah.
So let's take a look here. Mink says, has anyone experienced improvement with migraines on Zepbound? I don't have migraines, so I couldn't tell you.
I have an occasional migraine, but I haven't heard any.
Maybe somebody in the chat will know that one.
Somebody has had some experience with
Elizabeth Marie Robbins says, I love you guys.
Thank you, Elizabeth Marie.
Mindy says that Trolls game was weak. Yes, that's true. Well, we banned them, so they shouldn't be back. Wood Kirky says here in North Carolina, Medicaid covering GLP-1 starting today. Awesome for them. Absolutely. I think it's a pretty limited coverage, though. I was reading it earlier or last week.
Yeah, somebody, told us to say it was like on a step therapy kind of plan. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of them coming like that.
Yeah, Medicaid coverage for GL. So what's Medicaid is like if for low income, like help for low income people? Is that Medicaid?
Could also be older people.
Is it older people?
There's a lot of reasons that you could be on Medicaid and Medicare. But I don't know. I
don't really know the difference.
I'll Elizabeth, is there any word of risk to end of semaglutide compound? No. And I wouldn't even say there's, I mean, I know there was a lot of fervor and I love Dave and maybe he's right. I don't know. I don't know that there's risk yet. What there is simply the Eli Lilly CEO saying that they will come out of that they'll be in stock. So that doesn't eliminate the legal ramifications for 503As. 503As will continue to be able to make this. And if you got from Red Rock or Hallandale or any of those guys are 503As. So you should still be fine on that. But no, there's none of that. So like I said, probably won't be a very long video because there's not that much to say. I might have already said it all, honestly. But Jazzy plans to plan. Can you read that, Lorraine?
I am also finding that on Thursdays I am snacky. My shot day is on Friday as well. I can still stop myself, but only after a couple bites of what I want to snack on. So yeah, I mean, I get that. Jazzy, what dose are you on? And are you still losing or you're maintaining or, I don't know, put it in the comment, but yeah. So especially at the end of the week, I can feel the effects, wearing off. And especially now that I've gone down to 5 milligrams. So I need to find the right dose. You just had that one.
Yeah.
Some people are doing 2 shots, like a shot on, what did Selena do? A shot on Sunday and a shot on Thursday, splitting their dose in 2. So if you're on a 5 milligram dose, you do 2.5 on.
No, we are not doctors.
I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice.
Medical
This is just anecdotal stories of tales heard around the internet.
Yeah, we are not doctors. And if Barb's on here, I haven't seen her yet, but she would say that's not for diabetics either. Please follow
if you're a diabetic, don't do that. That's just for obesity.
Yeah. So the other thing I would say is, you know what? A bite of a snack is not the worst thing in the world. Do not kill yourself. We got to learn how to do this for the rest of our lives, not just for the next week.
Well, I mean, I still like the foods that I like. So
then my wife brings my kryptonite into the car, a bag of chips. She doesn't like chips, but I love chips.
I'm like, these chips aren't very good. Christopher's like,
no, I did not. I ate like 3 of those chips, but I wanted the whole bag.
We had them in the front seat. He rolled them up,
Yeah.
so he couldn't put his hand there.
They're still out there.
They are still. I'll throw them away.
Tomorrow's shot day, and I was thinking,
they were free.
Chips?
Have you ever guys like taken food because it was free and you didn't really want it? Or you ate it because it was free? Or what does that mean when food is free? Do we think that like the calories don't count, or I don't know?
Yeah, free does.
Anybody feeling that out there?
We
tomorrow's
did this one. We did that one, didn't we? Yeah.
No, tomorrow's my shot day too. I was craving dessert tonight after dinner. Yeah, I was having some massive. And last night we got the drink package, and I might have been overserved Chardonnay at dinner. So we get into the dining room.
How were you overserved? You ordered it yourself.
No, I mean the pour was so large.
Oh, it was
in
a large
glass.
Pour. Correct.
So
correct.
the waiter comes over and says, "Would you like anything to drink?" And I said, "I'd like a glass of Chardonnay, please." And the waiter, who I don't think spoke very much English, said, "I'll get the bar lady that comes around and takes that order." Okay, great. So about 5 minutes later, bar lady comes around. I said, "I'd like a glass of Chardonnay, please." And she goes, "Well, you can get that from your waiter." And I said, "Well, he said to get it from you." And she's like, "What? He did?" And I was like, "Yeah." I don't think he understood the word Chardonnay. I think he knew white wine, maybe. I think the Chardonnay, he was a disconnect. So I didn't want him to be mad or get in trouble. Like, I'm like, yeah.
He was okay.
So he comes back with this giant glass of Chardonnay. And anyway.
I had a Diet Coke. It was delicious.
So I might have drank too much last night, and that contributes to the snackiness.
Yeah, for sure.
But I didn't get sick. Like when I was really in the hardcore weight loss, like, doing 12.5 milligrams, I could not drink at all.
So Difficult Nerd, any advice for my first stall? I'm bouncing up and down on 1.5 kilograms. He's in Australia, about 3 pounds, and have been for a couple of weeks currently on 5 milligrams.
Why don't you go
Tempted to titrate up to 7.5. Well, let's talk about this. So sometimes the theories of a non-doctor, right? Sometimes I think we're in a stall because our body needs to be in a stall. And maybe we've come off of a couple of weeks where there were big losses and your body just needs it even out.
Sometimes it has to catch up.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we're not eating enough calories.
True.
Sometimes I think we're not eating enough fat. I think we've been so conditioned to take fat and carbs out of our diet that we need to give ourselves a little shot of something else.
Well, and so my question for you, James is his name, right?
James.
Hey, James. So my question is, how long have you been on 5 milligrams? 10. You've been on it a while now. This isn't like, week 3 or anything, right? So, I'd say if you've been on 5 milligrams more than 6, 8, 10 weeks and you're stalling, then go on.
It may be a sign that you just, if you haven't continued to lose weight.
Or you can inject in a different spot. Some people find that.
Some people swear by it.
Stall. So you can do the back of your arm, your stomach, or in your thigh, make sure you're injecting into fat, not into muscle. There's different that you can try, maybe getting a little bit more exercise. I think he swims. He gets a lot of extra. I don't think that's the problem.
He's told us his whole life.
Yeah, no, I remember.
It was a great, if you haven't watched James's interview, go watch James's interview.
But yeah, that's I would say move up.
Don says, oh gosh, y'all were on vacation. There's no harm in eating less than stellar for a day or two. Good night's sleep and a fresh start tomorrow. You know what? Exactly. Honestly, that's how I feel about those couple of bites of snacks at home. Even it's how do you feel? Because these medications are not a diet; they're a treatment for a disease. So we should not. It's not that old school 80s diet mentality. It's how do we learn to eat healthy, such that we can continue to do it forever, not full tilt diet.
Well, and I think when you're out in the wild and there's all kinds of different new and exciting things to eat. And I haven't tried that before. And maybe I want to try that. And I've never had that before. So I get kind of down that path of this is new and different. And I want to try something new and different. I don't want to eat the yogurt that I eat at home every day of my life. You know what I mean? So I don't want to drink the Premier protein shake that I put in my coffee every day of my life. I want something different. So,
let's see here.
I kind of got off track a little bit with that, but it's okay. So I'm wondering how many pounds I'll be up tomorrow. Do we want to place any bets? I think I'm up like 2 pounds. I'm going to say 2 pounds.
Okay.
I'll give you the update tomorrow.
We'll film our weekly weigh-in tomorrow. Let's see here. Blue True says Medicaid is for age 65, but Valem says it's for low income for those needing help. And then Blue True says Medicaid also for disabled or under age 21. So the American healthcare system and all its wonder and terror is confusing to me. So I'll take your word for it.
We're learning.
Yeah. Vanessa Leah says I made it alive. Great to have you, Vanessa.
Hey.
David Harrison, week 27, now on 10 milligrams Mounjaro, 42 pounds down, A1C down to 5.7 from 7.7.
Excellent.
Very encouraged.
Excellent.
Hold on. Let me get
Good
over
job,
here.
David Harrison.
And give you David some confetti. Boo, 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 boo. There you go, David. Good job.
That's fun.
Always fun. Where was I?
I don't know.
I know. Always.
You're working the comments today.
I know.
I can't see them because they're on the little iPad.
They are. Vanessa Leah says, I can't wait until I'm ready for maintenance. How has maintenance been for you? Tell us how has it been?
I keep losing in maintenance. Like I got to my goal weight and then I said, well, maybe I'll make my goal weight a little lower. So I've lost 5 more pounds. And then I've kind of been hovering around 142, 143, 142, 143. So I've kind of been like between those two weights. And I feel like if I see a 2 pound higher number on the scale, I might be a little upset. So
I don't know. You can be upset. I think we went on a cruise. It's all good.
I weigh myself every day. I track my weight every day. I have for years. I only weigh once a day in the morning, right after I get up. But maintenance, it's been kind of hard to figure out like how to eat on maintenance because my whole life I've always been eating to lose weight. So like there's some things I know when I go to restaurants we go to a lot, like I will not get because that's a higher calorie choice. And I always try to make lower calorie choices. So now I'm like, well, maybe I can, and it's confusing.
Well, I think there's still a lot of research and work to be done.
I don't have a lot of knowledge on maintenance because it's new to me.
It's new to everybody.
So. Yeah.
Mink says, do you notice cravings are different on compounded versus original pens? This is something I say every week. So it's, I started out on compounded, did that for a couple of weeks. I have a great local doctor and working with them, and we figured out some costing and the coupons and different things and went over to Mounjaro. Right. And then because of shortages, went to Zepbound.
Zepbound came out.
And then when the shortages went back to compound. And I have
any
seen
differences?
no differences whatsoever. The medication worked the same. The side effects were the same. Now, that being said, a lot of people believe that a week-to-week change has something to do with any of this. It has to do with you and not this. I'll tell you, it's always the person, not the medicine.
Yeah,
or 99% of the time.
I think the medicine is consistent for the most part.
Yeah. So other than I like this pen experience better than this. It's easier. I hate the trash of this. This is annoying as trash, and the cost is a bit different on compounded, as we all know.
But the side effects are the same, and your cravings. Do you ever have cravings? You have cravings for stuff?
Not on the medication.
You don't?
No.
Well, and Christopher's on 15 milligram right now, so it's like it's kicked in pretty strong.
But I mean, the conversation around 15 milligrams is, I think a lot of people, when they think just because you're taking more medicine, it's going to be stronger. I have never felt, once I got to 7.5, the feeling has essentially stayed the same for me. Do
you think?
Yeah. I mean, I've had weeks where it was less or more, but I think that was me. I don't think it was the medicine. I don't think it got 7.5 milligrams stronger. It's not extra strength Tylenol.
Yeah, I really feel like your body gets used to the dose and it tries to make you, like, if you get used to the dose, you're gonna want to eat more. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
like some of the food noise comes back, maybe some of the cravings come back, and so that's why you have to go again up in dose to kind of quiet that down. Give it a little extra meds in there floating around. I
get a little bit, but not it's not terrible by anything. Jazzy plans to plan. I'm on 5. I still need to lose a lot. I am still doing 1 to 2 pounds. I will probably stay on 5 for at least the next month. And if I stall, I'll move up. Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah. I think if you're losing on the dose, stay on the dose. We didn't know that when we started. So that's something we kind of learned as we went along. There's Barb. I just logged in just in time for the diabetes comment. Love y'all.
I knew you'd like that, Barb. Come on.
We've learned a lot from Barb. She has a great blog called Healthy at Any Cost. You should check it out.
She was one of the earliest interviews we did. So if you haven't gone back and watched them,
So, it's so confusing, the insurance system and all this stuff. So we're learning a lot as we go along. And again, we're not doctors. This is not medical advice.
Nope.
So.
Absolutely. Mindy says, hey, Barb. Elizabeth's laughing about free food. Totally.
Girls who get it, right?
That has nothing to do with being a girl, I'll tell you. When we were standing there checking out and she's got her free bags of chips, the guy goes, you can get the big bag of Lay's for cheaper than this bag. And we're like,
and I said, well, I think this is cheaper because I'm getting it free in the app. He goes, oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know the best deal. It's like when I go to Chick-fil-A, I want the large diet lemonade, but I don't want the large fry. I still want the smaller fry. I don't need to giant size both. And I have to tell them because they want to give you the value. And I'm like, I don't want the value. That's
why I don't even order fries. I
want what I
want.
A sandwich. You got fries today.
Yeah, Difficult Nerd says the one that drives me nuts is when you get offered upsize for $1. I had to give up fast food to avoid that. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, it's so tempting.
Mindy says you ordered that yourself. That's the glass of wine.
You ordered. Yeah.
Dawn, yep. I realized I'd take something just because it was free or BOGO. Also hated to waste, so I'd eat that last bite or two extra after being full. I'm totally working on not doing those things now.
So what one of my favorite sayings is, my body is not a trash can. Your body is not a trash can. So if you're going to throw it away. Don't throw it away in your body. Just throw it away in the real trash can, not in your body. You don't have to take those last extra 2 bites, but I do that too. So especially if it's something that's really tasty and I'm liking it and I want to eat it. So yeah, you just have to be careful of those foods.
Yep. Val M. So surprising that my first week of 10 milligrams, my weight was exactly the same, but feel body changes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes I think you're losing inches your body like just has to catch up. And all of a sudden you'll notice, oh, my pants are a lot looser. Or, oh, I can't, these clothes are all too big. When did that happen? Sometimes it's like it's an overnight thing. You've been working on it for so long, and you're going, and you're like, why aren't I losing any weight? And then you try on some old clothes and you're like, these don't fit anymore. So that's good.
Oh, let's see here. Barb from Health at Any Cost says, I do want to brag for a second. I am now down 240 pounds.
Yay,
Hold on. Let me
Barb.
give you
Barb has lost
and we will give you
240 pounds.
the dancing girl.
That is truly, truly awesome and amazing, Barb. Great job. I can't believe I'm still losing, but it's been 27 months now. It's a miracle. It's thanks to GLP-1s. And Barb has been through it. So she's done weight loss surgery. She's done all kinds of different medications. So I'm glad it's working for you, Barb. That's awesome.
Let me get back over to where we were. Jazzy plans to plan.
The one thing I do appreciate with being on Zepbound is that I'm able to be more active because of the weight loss. Yes. And the ability to stop overeating is what I find uplifting. Absolutely. So, and it's also just realizing I don't need so much food. Like I can look at a plate of food and think, oh, this is not enough food for me. I'm going to
Jojo.
Our cat missed us. I'm going to need more food. And then it's not. I'm satisfied with a smaller portion, which I've never really felt full before this medication. The cat's trying to drink my water. Jojo. But yeah, Jojo missed us. So she's been following me around today. Say hi, Jojo.
Val M says, healthy at any cost. Congratulations. Mindy M says, Barb, that's amazing. You are doing so great. Barb, we'll have to get you on and do another interview. I get to talk to Barb this time.
Okay.
Kitty, you're in the way, though. I can't read. Here, let me
Are you going to put some more?
Yep. I was just having to move Kitty.
Hey, y'all look great. Thank you. Refresh Law for LOL from your wonderful cruise. Currently on 10 milligrams Zepbound since November. Down 66 pounds today. Awesome. Feeling so much better. Still have 60 to 75 left than maintenance. So you're halfway there. So that's great. Keep going. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. But good job. That's awesome. I feel like I should do a.
I know, it's lots of fun.
Dance in between.
Let's see. Oh, Barb says, thank you. I started at 405 BMI, 76.5, and now 165 BMI, 31.2. Girl, you're close to 30. That's a good deal.
That's just so great, Barb.
Blue True says, rock star. Donna B says she reached 50 pounds down.
Yay, Donna B, 15 more to go. So a lot of people have asked me, confetti for Donna B. So a lot of people have asked me if my weight loss slowed down as I got closer to my goal. And my weight loss was an average of 1 to 2 pounds a week, through the whole thing. And it didn't really now I don't, it's up 0.5, down 0.5, up 0.2, but I'm trying to maintain. So,
mine's slowed.
Well, and that was kind of weird. I don't know why. Well, but you're getting closer. You're 20 pounds away now, right?
Yeah.
And so you've already lost 75.
Yep.
And maybe your body just has to catch up. So, yeah.
Oh, living in the eye of the storm. That's a you and Lorraine.
Yeah, lots of chatter on microdosing. So I've heard a couple people talk about this, and I just had an interview that we posted with a lady named Selena who does this. She does.
I don't know that she was actually microdosing though. I think she was just splitting hers in half.
Well, I think she was saying 2.5 on Sunday and another 2.5 on Wednesday or Thursday. And if you listen to the Dr. Tina show, and I listen to her podcast sometimes, she talks about doses even smaller than 2.5, like a 1.0 dose or a 0.5 compounded Tirzepatide dose. So she just feels like it does a lot of things in terms of things with around aging. So, I don't know that we have any studies on that. I think that's her feeling and how she's using it.
This is a great place to say we are not doctors and do not make dosage recommendations. It's an interesting concept. Dr. Tina is not your doctor, my doctor, anybody that I know is doctor, so be careful. And always, including us, we will tell you we're not a doctor.
Interesting. I think I just really don't enjoy the shot process itself. So if you're going to tell me I have to go from 1 shot a week to 2 shots a week, I'm probably going to say no, thank you, just because I've done 41 shots. Like, you'd think I would get over it at this point. I really just still don't like it. I would prefer not to have to do a shot. But hey, if it helped me lose 50 pounds, then I'm taking that shot. But
so not opposed to the idea, but I'd love to see some actual academic, peer-reviewed, scientific research on it. Let's see here. Mindy M says, Donna B, that's great. On the weight loss, difficult nerd, healthy at any cost, awesome. Got a smiley face.
Yeah. Barb remembers Donna waited for that last pound. Great, good job. Yeah.
5 to 165. That's fantastic. Those are all good numbers.
Barb Simmers, yeah. On style, going up to 12, compounded 30 weeks, 40 pounds. Howendale on the pen says we may lose compounds. Well, we don't know anything yet. Eli Lilly said that the shortage would be ending soon, but what does that mean? Like today, tomorrow, next week?
Well, and as I said, I'll film a video in the morning about it, but
I don't know.
I watched Dave. I mean, and actually, we're going to do an interview in a couple of weeks with Dave because he's an awesome dude. What the CEO, Ricks, I printed up the Bloomberg article here, said it will soon cease to be in shortage, very soon. What we know, and I'll go through this in the video tomorrow, is that there's 2 kinds of compounding pharmacies, a 503A and a 503B. 503B is designed to make bulk things for hospitals. For hospitals, all of those 503As, which are what most, if you get from Mochi, they don't use Howendale anymore, but Red Rock and a lot of those are 503As, and those are designed to fill prescriptions specifically for you. So not 1,000. So they have to be individual prescriptions, not bulk. Not 5 gallons.
Yeah, we have individual prescriptions.
So I don't see any reason that's going to go away. They may more adjust the formula and add a little B12, or maybe your doctor writes it and says you need XYZ. I don't know what it may be, but I don't think those are going to go away anytime soon. That being said, I am neither a doctor nor a lawyer, so I would stock up.
And didn't I panic a couple weeks ago and put in an order?
We have a lot here.
I'm pretty well stocked. Because just the fear of losing access to this makes me panic. Like, oh no, what's going to happen? I'm going to gain all my weight back. What am I going to do? But you know what? Let's not panic. We'll just have to deal with things as they occur.
And I appreciate Dave's passion, and he's been doing this a long time. He might well be right. We'll see. I don't know. Like I say, I would definitely stock up. Yeah. Health at any cost. Barb says, I can't believe it's me that is small. That's just so weird sometimes. It's that whole body dysmorphia thing.
So a lot of people talk about this as body dysmorphia. So I look in the mirror and I don't see me 50 pounds down. I see me as the 200-pound person that I was for a long time. So I think it's like, I don't see it. Like, I don't see myself as a small person. I don't know. I think the more, we took a bunch of pictures on this cruise. We paid $99. So we went to all the picture things and took a bunch of pictures so we could use them for our YouTube channel and other things. And I'm looking at those going, oh, I look kind of skinny there. And Chris, definitely. I mean,
I kept coming. So this ship has It is a very nice ship, but it has mirrors everywhere. And they're in the stairwells as you come down. So we would be going down 3 or 4 flight steps, and I would come around the corner and see myself and
And
go,
the reflection.
and I didn't know who it was.
You'd
I was
say,
like,
who's that skinny man?
was-
That looks like me.
it was weird.
Yeah, it takes a minute to really for it all to compute.
That one's for you, Lorraine.
Concerning wine, if you think about it, it's trapped in the bottle. So if anything, James, don't give me a reason to drink more. So if anything, Lorraine is a hero for liberating it from its glass prison, liberating the wine. Oh, my arm's flapping in the breeze. Sorry there. Yes, I liberated the wine.
You're a hero.
Yeah. Free food. I'd rather it go to waste than go to my. Yes, that's
Absolutely
good thinking there, Mindy. It can go to waste.
Let's see, Val.
Yes, my clothes feel great, and others notice. I'm down 22 and halfway to goal. Awesome. That's great. Yay, we threw confetti for you. My moderator is slow tonight.
Yeah.
Elizabeth says, I don't think I have ever in my life felt true satiety till starting a GLP-1. Me too, Elizabeth. I always used to say I would feel really full like on Thanksgiving, when you eat like 3 or 4 plates of food and you just keep going. And then, oh, now it's dinner time and we need to get the turkey back out again. And that would be like really the only time I would ever feel really full, like stuffed. And I don't think I ever felt like satisfied or full like on a day-to-day basis. I was always like, it's the food noise. I was always thinking about the next meal or the next thing to eat, or I'm still hungry, what can I eat? Oh, let me have a piece of fruit, or let me eat some carrots, or I'm trying to fill a hole that just could never be filled. So yeah, that's why I like these drugs so much, because I don't feel hungry all the time anymore. It's amazing.
No, same with me. Oh, JoJo is adorable, so precious. Barb says, correct, Christopher, microdosing is under 2.5. Val M says, yes, Selma was an interesting interview. If you haven't watched Selma's interview, it is fascinating. She's assistant principal from Philadelphia. Is that where she was from? Yeah. Sweet Tea joined us. So we've been through this one a couple of times, but happy to do it. I'll actually do a video tomorrow morning on it. Yes, I watched Dave's video. I watched the Countess of Shopping's video.
I don't think we're going to lose access to content.
I think it'll still exist. I appreciate Dave's passion. I'm not sure I'm panicking at this point. I pulled the Bloomberg article, and there's like about 7 words that the CEO of Eli Lilly says, and none of them would preclude 503A pharmacies from continuing to compound things. Now, I believe it was Mindy. Was it Mindy? Mindy, you the one that was your life was saved as a child by a compounding pharmacy? Am I remembering that right?
She fell off a horse, or she got bit by a horse, and they had to mix up a medicine at the compounding pharmacy that saved her life. And that's how Mindy knew about compounded pharmacies.
Right. So we act like compounding pharmacies came out of nowhere just to make Tirzepatide or semaglutide for us. Well, they've been around. I don't know, a long time.
They're not going away. So,
and if you ever had a pet or a kid who had an allergy, they were making probably medicine for you because they couldn't take a pill or what have you. Let's see here.
Whoever put S in fast food, what does that mean?
Would be fat food.
Fast food. I don't understand. Like fat food instead of fast food?
Yeah. Play on words.
Yeah.
Sweet Tea, you obviously heard the spiel. I knew you'd have some info. Respect you both so much. Thanks. Down 26 pounds in 4 months on compounded Tirzepatide. Yay. Let me get over here. Boop.
Yay. We're talking about
it. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'll do something and show you some of the information, but I think this is going to be a wait and see. They haven't officially announced it, and I don't believe that they can keep it off the shortage list. I think just as soon as they say it's off the shortage list, people are going to go, I need it, I need it, I need it. And there's going to be a rush and it'll be on shortage again.
I don't know how they can. I think it's still going to be in shortage. I think he's making it up, and he's not giving any concrete information. So
right. Sweet Pea, do these compounds have a shelf life? Is there a problem if we order extra, or is that controlled?
So
it's not controlled, so they're not stimulants, so that's not a big deal. But
so I've gotten all of my compounded Tirzepatide through Mochi Health, and it's come through Hallandale Pharmacy. It's not going to anymore for reasons we won't get into now. But and on the vial, it'll say a bud date, best used by, best use date. And those are really like 6 months out, or some of them are even further out, as long as they're not punctured. So once the vial is punctured with the needle, the current thought is that you have about 28-30 days to use up that medicine. Can you use it beyond that? I don't think that it's recommended to do that. Have I used it beyond that? Yes, I have. When we first started, we had some compounded. Christopher got a prescription from his doctor and he went over to Manjaro. So I had all this compounded. I was like, well, I might as well use this. But his vial had been sitting in our refrigerator for, I think one of them was 3 months. So I did use it. Was it less effective? I don't think so, but I'm not a doctor and this is not medical advice. So I would read the directions and do what it says on your packaging.
That, and generally, and again, not a doctor, the thought is they don't go bad, so it shouldn't hurt you. They just lose efficacy, so they may not be as strong.
Since they get the air in there and it.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, here's Mindy. She was bit by a horse.
Oh, bit by a horse, yeah.
That was a story 57 years ago.
That's a long time.
Denise Elazer Miller says, how do you stock up on compounds if they only allow you to order 1 month at a time?
You can order more than 1 month. Well, you could. I have placed orders 2 weeks apart. So, that seems to be fine.
And if you're on a smaller dose, so if you're on a 5 milligram dose and you're using somebody like Mochi where they're all the same price, you can actually order the 15 milligram bottle.
Well, I mean, it is doctor approved. So, I mean, you can place an order every week as far as I think. I mean, they've not told me no, or you can't order it yet, or it's not time yet. They did send me a message the other day that says it's time to refill your medication. And I had just gotten an order placed 2 weeks ago. So I don't know that they're really paying a lot of attention to stuff like that at this point. Maybe they will at some point in the future. But I mean, you can place the order. Whether they're going to say no, okay, well, I'll just wait. So yeah. I did that with one of the Eli Lilly coupons. I found some, and then I went and tried to use the coupon again, and it hadn't been 28 days in between to use the coupon, which makes at the Walgreens, which makes it $550, and it went through for some reason, and I don't know how that happened. And my daughter was like, "Mom, that shouldn't have worked." Like, no, it shouldn't have. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, difficult nerd.
In Australia, Eli Lilly reports that expects shortages to end on or about 31 August. My strategy is to order the vials when I still have 2 weeks supply remaining. So far, they've always come next day. Next day? You're going to move to Australia. When I place an order with Mochi, it takes start to finish. It can take anywhere from 7 to 10 days at the best to 14 days at the longest. So, I always want to start I don't ever want to run out. Like that is my fear. So yeah, that's a good plan, James.
Norvell M. I think the shortage is ending because a lot of insurance companies are dropping the coverage for Zepbound now. It's unfortunate, but I haven't had to call around for my script since May.
Oh, Yeah. So if people have to pay $550 a month, well, that's exorbitant.
Or worse, 1,100.
Yeah. Well, with the well, yeah. So yeah, it might be out of shortage because now less people are going to be buying it.
Yeah, they'll figure. Believe me, if less people are buying it, that might be the way they lower price.
Supply and demand.
Yep.
Economics.
Elizabeth, some places allow you to order every 21 days. So, read the rules, follow the rules. It's all good. Sweet tea, this is good to know. I was told if you kept it sterile, it should be fine to go past date. Should be able to get 12 doses out of my vial. There you go.
Well, and you're always, they give you those little alcohol wipes that come with your vial. So you're always wiping off the top of the vial with an alcohol pad. You wipe off your area of skin. I use this. Some people say just turn it over and use the other side. Just use a sec. They give you so many. Like we have alcohol pads like for days, for forever. So yeah, just make sure you wash your hands. You wipe off the vial with a alcohol wipe. You wipe off your stomach. You'd only use a needle once. If the needle, sometimes I've bent a needle before, just throw it away. They give you plenty. So yeah.
Oh, Charles 0312 says, hi there.
Hi there.
Hello, Charles. Lisa P says, welcome back.
Thank you.
There's one for you, Lorraine.
Typically from the telehealth, only let you order after your third shot. So how do you just place an order and stock up? So on Mochi Health, I just go into just a space where you just send them a message and say, there's a form, an online form that you fill out, and you put in what dose you want and your weight, and click, and then the doctor looks at it, has to approve the prescription and sends it to the pharmacy. So, I mean, nobody's telling me I can't. Nobody's telling me how many days apart. And a lot of times the vials have more than 4 weeks worth of shots in them. A lot of people have said they've gotten an extra shot out of their vial. They've gone 4, 5, 6 weeks out of the medicine that was only supposed to last for 4 weeks. So that's kind of how.
Yeah, absolutely. Invite people to be a part of the Downsized Dish.
Yeah, so we do an interview series called The Downsized Dish, and Christopher also interviews people who have lost weight on GLP-1 medications. And if that's you and you'd like to come on our channel and tell your story to the world, but then everyone will know, Mindy, did you ever tell your mom? Please send me an email to ldurham@folio28.com, and we'll send you the link to our calendar where you can pick a time that works for you. And then we'll have about a 30-minute conversation online, just talking about your journey. And it can be at any point. So if you're just starting, if you're in the middle, if you're at the end, if you're in maintenance, if you just have questions and you just want to come on live and ask some questions. We did a video the other day.
Nope, she didn't.
We did a video the other day called 8 Reasons Why Your GLP-1 Medication May Not Be Working. And we could just have a conversation like that where we just talk about questions that you might have. So
we could do all kinds of fun things. And you can be beginning, you can be the middle, you can be we've had all kinds of things. Lisa P's joining us. That's okay. Eli Lilly, yes. I'm not as worked up as Dave is. I'll do a video in the morning about it and kind of walk through that. I think there's certainly reason to be concerned, but I don't know that it's an emergency quite yet. 503A should still be able to produce medications. 503Bs, which Dave is a big proponent of. Who knows? We'll see. But let's stay tuned, and I'll do a video and kind of walk you through.
I don't think we have to panic yet.
Let's see. We did that one. Mindy says she told her brother last weekend. Right. Baby steps.
That's good.
Norvell, I'm trying to work up my nerves to be on the Downsized Dish. LOL. You guys, Norvell, come on, man. We need you.
Send us an email, Norvell.
It looks like I want to see you like not in that little tiny picture. You look like you got a slick suit on there.
We've got a few that we've already recorded, and we've got a few people coming up. So even if you were to, send me an email today, and we recorded you next week, it still might be 3 or 4 weeks before we would post your particular interview, because we post one a week. So, it maybe gives you time to think it over. Tell your mom.
We got a couple coming up. The lady from, I don't even remember, a little less Lisa is coming up.
Oh yeah,
who has a channel, and don't remember the other lady's name.
It doesn't
matter. There's a couple that are already recorded. Mindy says, "Do it, Norvell. It's fun, and they make you feel so comfortable."
Thanks, Mindy.
Yeah, we love doing this.
I always learn something new, something different people are, doing that I hadn't thought of. And like Selena with the microdosing, like I really hadn't heard of anything like that. So interesting.
Oh, Lisa says, "I don't use compound, but wanted to share. I joined late, and I'm sorry if you covered it." No problem, Lisa. It's we had been home for a couple of hours from the cruise, and I sat down and flipped the news up and said, "Is there anything that people are going to start asking?" And Dave must have published that video like 10 minutes earlier than that.
I don't know. I've been on a cruise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hadn't even read my emails yet.
And my kids give me a hard time if I'm sitting there watching YouTube on a cruise. So reading the news, you know how those teenagers are. They don't want you to pay attention to them until they want you to pay attention to them.
Yeah. Well, we had to film some TikToks at Buc-ee's, because there's some TikTok trend with getting gas at Buc-ee's, but it's not. They don't say, they say bussies. I don't know. Like these kids today with their Skibbity Riz Sigma Ohio. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Difficult Nerd says, "At Norville, you should do the downsized dish because it will give you a deadline to tell people who you want to know. Medical weight loss isn't shameful. It's smart." All right. We don't want to give Norville a hard time. So.
Well, and I agree. Let's talk for a minute about, you don't have to tell anybody that you're taking this medication. I personally tell everyone I meet because that's just my personality, and I want people to know about it.
Standing in line on the cruise.
I don't think I told anybody on the cruise about it.
You did? You told that couple sitting at the bar.
Oh yeah, so we're having a drink.
They were like, "What?"
I said, "Yeah, They said, "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "Well, we have a business, and we're also YouTubers. We're content creators." And the man goes, "Well, are you monetized?" And we said, "Well, we just got monetized. We're so excited." So yeah, I did. And I actually texted her a link to our channel. I forgot about that. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell anybody. It's nobody's business but your own. A lot of people, Barb, Healthy at Any Cost, has a great list of answers with when people say, "Well, aren't you cheating? You're taking a weight loss medication. Like, isn't that cheating?" It's not cheating. Obesity is a disease. Barb has a great list of comebacks for that, is what I was trying to get to. Obesity is a disease. It's not your fault. We're just built different with this disease of obesity. Our brains are built different. They don't have this GLP-1.
Yep.
And so we take this medicine, and it fills
the stomach, but
it fills in the places where we're missing. So that the stomach tells the brain that we're full, and it also slows down digestion. So you know what? And P.S. Weight Watchers emails me almost every day that says you should really join Sequence, our online telehealth part. And I'm like, why are you guys pushing this so hard online? And you go to a meeting, and no one in the meeting has ever heard of a GLP-1 medication before. Not the leaders, not anybody. So it seems like a big disconnect there. So of course I have to tell them all about it every time.
Oh, Woodkirky says traded 730 blood pressure pills per year for 52 shots. What a deal. Sleep apnea, high blood pressure, fatty liver gone. I'm with you, Woodkirky. Absolutely. Naturalista, yes. Great to have you here. Yes, we have discussed Eli Lilly. I'm going to do a whole video on it.
We're not worried.
In the morning. I think you should be concerned. Am I as concerned as Dave Knapp is? No, I'm not. But Dave, I appreciate your opinion on it. You've been doing this a lot longer than all of us probably. So, But I'll give you my thoughts in the morning. So stay tuned. The CEO only said about 7 or 8 words. Elizabeth says, my husband thinks it's funny because I always talk about the meds. I always feel better talking about it.
Me too, Elizabeth. Tell everyone you know, because the more people, that's why we started this YouTube channel, because, you know, I'm so tired of being upset with how I look or being upset that I'm overweight. And I'm done with that. Like we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to be upset about it anymore. It's a disease. It's not our fault. It's not some moral failing that we had that has made me overweight since age, I don't know, 10 or whatever. So,
and if you watch the interview I did with James from Australia, he talks about being angry when he figured out that it wasn't his fault.
Yeah. I mean, you know, all those, I wish we could have figured this out a long time ago, but we didn't. So we can only move forward from where we are. So I'm glad that this medication is out there. I'm glad it's almost readily available. I love Elizabeth. I love sharing all the benefits of being on it. Me too, girl. Like, who doesn't want to lose weight when you struggled your whole life? Mine typically comes next day from Red Rock.
And that's probably how ours will be in the next one. So
So yeah, that's good.
All right. Let's see here. We'll do
anyway,
that.
I was just on a rant about
it happens.
I'm so tired, y'all. I think we're wrapping this up. Please like and subscribe. I'm getting punchy now. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and you can, you know, send this to a channel to a friend, send it to your mom if you want her to just know more about like stuff about GLP-1 medications. We've also got a new website called Downsized.org. Yeah, I know, Christopher, it's not new, but it might be new to somebody if they don't know about it. That's what you're going to say, isn't it? Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. Also, I want to watch House of the Dragon because
are you going to make it through that?
I don't know. I don't think I can stay up to watch it. Do y'all watch House of the Dragon? Do y'all watch Game of Thrones? Anyway, side note.
A couple more, and then we're going to get out of here. Donna B says, "Is Barb Health at any cost on YouTube or Instagram?" I don't think Barb's on YouTube.
Go to healthyatanycost.com. I think it's just a website where she does posts. She doesn't video. She just does posts, like written posts.
And blogs.
Blogs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very tired. Yeah.
And then Difficult Nerd says he's moved away past the anger and now just thankful that future generations won't go through what we did.
Yeah, me
Let's
too.
hope not.
Me too. Because being a fat kid it's terrible. It's just a terrible feeling.
Oh, yes. House of the Dragon was great this week. Please watch. Yeah. Every week. Everybody has to be quiet because that's their favorite thing. I enjoy it as well, but she's like zoned in.
Well, we had that one really great episode where the dragons fought and like, you know, where there was a lot of action. And then lately there's not been a lot of action. So I'm hoping for some more action.
Yeah. Not as good as Game of Thrones, where you watched the last episode and then canceled HBO before I watched it.
That is a true story. I did indeed do that because I didn't want to pay for the next month. And you were like on a business trip or something. Yep. And I watched it was like I was on a mission because we hadn't watched it and it had been on for like years. And I decided I was going to watch it. So it was like my job. I was watching like episode after episode after episode. And then he went somewhere and I watched the last episode. And then I said, I don't want to pay for another month of HBO. I turned it off. But now we do have HBO or Max, I guess now it's called.
3 years later, I watched it.
Did you watch the last one?
Yep. Sweet Pea says, get some rest night. Thank you very much, Sweet Pea. All right. I think that is us for tonight. As we said, please like and subscribe. What's your name, lady?
My name is. I can't sing, right? He gets mad at when I
don't
sing.
get mad at you. I just don't want to be demonetized.
I also sang karaoke on the cruise ship. I sang Sweet Caroline.
Performance art at its best.
So good. So good. So
Mm.
good.
All right. Thank
Good
you
night,
very
y'all.
much. This has been The Downsized. I'm Christopher Durham.
I'm Lorraine Durham.
Have a good evening.
Bye.